Well, good morning everyone. Day 2 at Elmley Nature Reserve. Not as cold this morning as yesterday, about +1 degrees. There might be a slight frost. And we're going to go out and look for hares on the track using the car as a hide. We've been told that there's been a few boxing, so hopefully we'll get those. But the only issue about using the car as a hide, we can't get eye level shots. There is one location where you probably can, so we'll try. And obviously I'll put the footage up if we're successful. Yeah, so we'll have a drive round on the track and then we'll come back and look for the barn owl as they were hunting till quite late yesterday. And we'll just have a wander around and see what wonderful wildlife Elmley has to offer us. As you can see behind me, there is a small layer of cloud, unfortunately, which is going to stop a little bit of the golden owl, which is a real shame. But hey ho, that's all part of wildlife photography. So another good morning at Elmley. Drove the track, saw some hares, but they weren't boxing. And then we saw a short-eared owl and the barn owl flying, and then walked down towards the bearded reedlings, and got those as well, so very good. So it's a lot colder at Elmley than we thought it was on that second morning. When we got into the car to drive to the track, the temperature gauge said -4, so yeah, really cold. So we came across a problem that I've never experienced before, but I thought I'd make a quick clip to tell you about cold weather and cameras and lenses. So I'd left my camera out in the outside of the hut before we went to the car to drive the track at Elmley looking for hares, and of course the camera got cold, and it was -4. So went to the car, the heating came on, we created a lot of warm air in the car, get us nice and toasty, and then saw the hares. We're like, wow, okay, let's take some pictures, and stuck the cameras out the window straight into the cold air. So you've got a cold camera body that's been sat in a warm car, and what happened, I think, because a lot of the first images are really soft, and unfortunately I also would have got an epic short-eared owl shot, but when I've looked at the shots when I got home from our trip, they're all soft, and you'll see that as I put the picture up now. And what I think it is that the warm air has got mixed into the lens hood, and then as we put it out into the cold air, it's created a bit of a sort of warm cold air sort of mix, and that creates soft images. Now I had a bit of a look online at how to solve this issue, and a lot of people say, oh, just take the photos with your lens hood off, which is fine in the car, but if you're outside, I wouldn't recommend it, because then you could potentially damage the front element on your lens. So the other way is to basically just stay outside of the warm air in the car. But yeah, I hope this helps in terms of be aware that sometimes the lens hood can trap the warm air, so it might be worth waiting a while so that the temperature equalizes and the warm air escapes out of your lens hood, and that you don't get soft images like we suffered from. So luckily it lasted only a few minutes as we drove around with the windows open, and that equalized the temperature in the car to the outside, and then we didn't get that problem with the warm air in the lens hood. So I hope this helped. Anyway, back to the video. Well, what a fantastic morning. So we got out in the car and drove the track. They call it the safari track, and I can see why. Very close to Elmley farm. There was quite a few hares running around, and a beautiful hare with frosty whiskers, and I'll put that up now. And then we saw a short owl flying around, flying over the scrub. And I'll tell you what, birds in flight photography in a car is pretty difficult, as you've only got about 120 degrees to move your camera. Still, we got some good shots, had it perched up, and hopefully that's come out well. So then we saw the barn owl flying around again as well, but not any good shots this morning, as he just was quite distant. Walked down to the bearded reedlings place, and bearded reedlings were there, but not in great numbers. And then, as you can see, it's a beautiful day today. Absolutely stunning, wall-to-wall sunshine. Now, that's brilliant. Not so great for photography though. Once you get past about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, light gets really harsh. You're getting shadows on the birds. You're getting a lot of shaded areas. As you can see from this barn owl I got yesterday in this similar light. So I really would, as a beginner wildlife photographer, whilst it's very tempting to go out on bright sunny days, if you are, try and get up early and then maybe have a rest over lunchtime and get out for sort of 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. And you should get some better light then. And that's what we're going to do. We're just having a chill out, and then we're going to go back and have a look for the short-eared owls, because it's not long before they come out. Yesterday pretty much only one came out, but there was about 2 or 3 this morning flying around, so hopefully we'll get some more action. Still quite windy though, and I don't know whether that puts them off here or not. We've spoken to one of the wardens, and she said that they don't really like the wind here, but other spots in the UK, they're not that bothered. But let's see what we get, and I'll show you later. As we were walking up to see the short-eared owls, one of the wardens pointed out the long-eared owl sitting in the thicket yet again. So that's 3 days in a row now we've seen the long-eared owl. Amazing. Here's some footage of it. So another few excellent days at Elmley. Got to go now. Been rewarded with a shortie right at the end, so that's pretty cool, and we might even see some on the way out. So hopefully that'll happen. So as we were driving on the track on the way home, Elmley always throws up some special surprise, and as we were getting to the entrance gate, we noticed there was a kestrel sitting on the post, and it was so close that I had to zoom out to 150mm. What an awesome goodbye. So if you enjoyed this video, why don't you like and subscribe for more adventures and tips and tricks. Thank you very much for watching.